a tower of light.
Kashi is a phenomenal yantra, like never before or never after.
Sadhguruji, we are now taking a walk down this beautiful place where there are so many temples. So what is the significance? Like one temple is not good enough, tiny, big ones, even the mega ones. Why?
See, this question is coming from the fundamental misunderstanding of these times. In these times, people are thinking temple is a place of worship. Temple is not a place of worship. This whole Kashi, I would say, a system called Kashi, was mainly built as a yantra. The word yantra in translation would translate itself as a machine. So today we have machines, all right? We have come up with various machines. We invented a bicycle. Why? Because we can already walk and we are not happy the way we are walking, not fast enough. So we came up with a bicycle. Then we are not happy with the bicycle, we added a motor to it, made it motorcycle. When you're not happy with that, then we came up with the airplane. We're not happy with that, we came up with a rocket to go somewhere else. The idea is, only because we are already mobile, we come up with more and more ways to enhance our mobility. If we were made like trees rooted in one place, you think we would have invented a bicycle? It would be of no use to us. So right now you have a microscope, you have a telescope, you have a telephone, you have a microphone. What is all this? Just enhancement of our faculties, really taking our faculties to another level, because this is the human longing, to be more than what we are, to be somehow become more than who we are right now. Every effort is just this. People think they're following their profession, people think they're doing their arts, people think they're doing their spirituality, business. No, everybody is only seeing how to enhance, how to break the limits in which we are and touch something else. This is the fundamental spiritual process also, that you want to break your limits and touch something beyond. So in that we created, as they created other instruments of technology, we created energy forms which are called yantras, literally translating as machines. Machines which will allow you to access other dimensions of life. So these were built in that context, the entire culture is like that. We only saw our deities as windows into dimensions for which we had no access by ourselves. What we cannot see with our eyes, with a telescope or a microscope we can see, just like that. So in that context, there are 72,000 temples in Kashi system. 72,000 because there are 72,000 nadis in the human body. Always this is the way, this culture if you look at it, this is the way. In some way we are trying to create an energy manifestation or a mechanical system like a human body. Because what is human body, what is an atom, what is cosmos, fundamentally all has the same basic design. So we are trying to manifest that. Now we are here, so why can't we just enhance this? Yes, that's what the entire yogic system is about, to enhance this to become capable. But now everybody, the whole population will not be able to enhance themselves. They will neither have the means, nor the guidance, nor the dedication to do that. So we establish a system through which they can access. If they themselves cannot enhance themselves, suppose you're capable of enhancing your vision where you can see everything, fantastic. Otherwise you need a telescope, just like that. Just like that, things that you could not do by yourself, with a system you're trying to do. That is what a yantra means, you're building a machine, it's an energy machine. This energy machine is supposed to be now 33 feet above the ground. So, what you see in the form of temples is a scaffolding which keeps it up. This arrangement was done so that a lot of people could be transported. So people came and they set up all kinds of methods and mechanisms. At one time, there were over 26,000 shrines. Each one of them had a method of its own as to how a human being can attain. These 26,000 shrines developed satellites or many angles of the temple became small shrines of its own and went up to 72,000 shrines at one time. When it's in full glory, 72,000 shrines across this mechanism called Kashi. And this did not happen overnight. The basic structure happened at a certain period, nobody knows when. They said even Sunira came here looking for something. Sunira is dated as something like 40,000 years ago. Yogi Sunira, who had a dream of building an ideal teacher, a world teacher for everybody, he came looking to Kashi. That's what some texts speak about. If Sunira came, it is 40,000 years ago, he came. By then already it was a flourishing city, already it was known as a center of knowledge that he came looking for help. Mark Twain puts it in perspective, saying that it is older than the legend. When they had not thought about Athens, when Rome was not even in people's minds, when Egypt did not exist, Kashi was. In terms of antiquity, nobody knows exactly when. Shiva came here. Because the city was so beautiful and he wanted to come. So before he came, it was already a phenomenal city. So nobody really able to fix anything. Some small excavations have been made to open up a pathway. Just about 2 years ago, they discovered 3 layers of temples which were all closed down for a long period of time. This means the city has sunk over a period of time and again it's been rebuilt one on top of the other. There are 3 to 5 layers of the city because over a period of time, the earth kind of recycles itself. For that to happen, it may take 50, 100,000 years for that kind of movement to happen in the soil. But that has happened in this place, that old structures have sunk, new structures were built on top of it. This is not a seismologically sensitive area, they didn't collapse because the sunk structures are still intact. So it's a crazy amount of time, nobody knows how long. But the significance has lived on. Even now in 20th century, after it has been ravaged for 6, 7 centuries continuously, in spite of that, still if you're a little sensitive, this is a fantastic place. The first time when I came, the media came to me and asked, "Sadhguru, what do you think? This is the first time you have come to Kashi?" Because that's a surprise for them. I came here only first time maybe 6 or 7 years ago. A spiritual person means first destination should be Kashi, but I avoided all traditional places because my own clarity never failed me, so I didn't want to go to all kinds of places and clutter myself. So they came and asked me, "What do you think?" I said, "It's fantastic and filthy." Fortunately, in the last 2 years, a whole lot of filth has disappeared thanks to the local administrations. They've done a good job. Largely, it's been cleaned up, that's truly wonderful. So if you clean up the filth, it'll be just fantastic. Well, can we put it back into full glory? I don't think so. One thing is, too much disturbance has happened. Another thing is, building back something like that is the fool's paradise. It has been ravaged many times. In 1194, Muhammad Ghori came and completely demolished it, razed it to the ground. It was later built up, rebuilt. A few decades later, Razia Sultana Mosque was built on the same site, which was demolished by Qutbuddin Aibak, who built the Qutub Minar in Delhi. In 1447, King Mahmud Shah again demolished it and it was rebuilt in 1585 by Raja Todarmal. In 1632, Shah Jahan sent an army to demolish the temple, but the priests resisted and negotiated and made a deal. As a compensation, they demolished 63 other shrines instead. But today, it's the main segment where it was supposed to be, it's been shifted. But because the energy body of Kashi was 33 feet above the ground, it is still alive with some damage, substantial damage, but still a phenomenal place. Because if you want to look at it this way, this is one way to interpret, it's a home with 72,000 rooms. People could not demolish all the 72,000 rooms, so it's still livable. Only 3,000 rooms are left, so still livable. So that's how it is. But more than 3,000 are alive in the energy form. For every dimension of life, for every quality of a human being, they built a linga. This is how these temples came. For every aspect, one linga. Some extreme, some very much socially acceptable, some beyond all social acceptance, all kinds of things existed in parallel. Nobody found fault with anything. Anybody could do what they want as long as they're seeking mukti. As long as they're seeking liberation and they're sincere about it, they could do whatever they want. To tell you whatever they want, what it means. The main temple, which is the heart of Hindu way of life, one of the greatest sages of Kashi, who was known as Telugu Swami, Telugu means he's a Telugu-speaking man. But because they never introduced themselves by name, so people said he's a Telugu Swami. So when he was invited to the temple and asked to do puja, he used his own feces and urine to do abhishekam for the linga. So people got horrified. But he said, this is how I do it. I'm saying that extreme. That is the level of extremities. But everything was accepted. As long as you're in pursuit of liberation, what you do, how you do, is not important. Only if your intention, basic intention has changed into something else, then you are a problem. As long as your basic intention is dissolution, how the hell you do it, doesn't matter.